Hello, everybody, all at once. This is Theo Cedar Jones, and this is my address for July 4th, 2016, which is happy birthday to me, my 53rd birthday, and we will be having our Not to His Peace webinar that night, and I want to read the Declaration of Global Sovereignty on this July 4th, as I do every July 4th, in my hope to reposition the meaning of July 4th as the day of global sovereignty as well as the day of American independence. And this is in line with the idea that this July 4th, 2016, I want to give my vision for America. And I'm calling it American Pranam. And in this case, Pranam can mean your head down on the floor before the guru, or in total abject surrender, physical devotional surrender. And another aspect of Pranam is this gesture, which is the other form of devotional surrender to the guru. Now, why would I be invoking Pranam for America? American Pranam is the ultimate redemption of America and the fulfillment of American exceptionalism, which has taken a big hit recently because of disclosures. Disclosures are finally revealing the immense, inconceivable evil and corruption that has encrusted our democracy and our republic. And now we are in a window of opportunity to shed most or all of this old corruption, but we need to identify it in order to purify it and understand it and not keep repeating it. How do we not repeat all the old American corruption? And how does this relate to American Pranam? American Pranam is a gesture of surrender to the divine. And for America to fulfill its original vision of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and equality and justice for all under the law, America needs to fulfill and realize its ultimate potential in two areas. One area is the area of arts and culture, and the other area is in politics and world peace. The original American vision didn't really encompass the issue of world peace, but American Pranam does. American Pranam positions America as being the birthplace of the Global Cooperative Forum and the birthplace of Adida Samraj, the ultimate bringer of world peace, and the inventor of the Global Cooperative Forum. So to me, this is the greatest truth of America, is that it is the birthplace of the Global Cooperative Forum and it is the birthplace of Adida Samraj. These are the new reasons for American exceptionalism that help heal and balance all the hideous corruption, miles thick corruption that America has been groaning under in its hideous sham mockery of a republic under the enslavement of the banksters and the cabal. And we're getting all kinds of wonderful, thank God, help from extra-dimensional and galactic friends to prevent nuclear war, to prevent Fukushima radiation from killing everybody in the Northern Hemisphere, to prevent the cabal from doing its depopulation agenda. Yes, this is the greatest story ever told, and it's still not even the full picture. Because the full picture has to include Adida. It has to include the Global Cooperative Forum. And American Pranam means that the Global Cooperative Forum, which is the main organ and instrument for humanity to self-engineer its own survival and world peace, is extended from America first. That's where the first historic known instances of self-organizing on behalf of the Global Cooperative Forum took place, or in America. That's where the revelation of the book Not to His Peace by Adi Das Amraj is by someone who was born in America. There's American origins and roots for the ultimate world peace movement. And I like that, and I want to maintain and promote that because I want to redeem my country's reputation. I want to be a transformative agent in turning America's reputation from being the military-industrial intelligence complex run amok to the ultimate fulfillment of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and equality and justice for all under the law, which is the Global Cooperative Forum, which is the only instrument that gives the totality of humanity and all the beings on Earth a voice and a platform and a forum to be heard, for their interests to be heard as individuals, not as members of nation states or ethnicity or religion or class or any kind of category, just a being on this planet. All such would be represented at the Global Cooperative Forum. This is an essential instrument that we must co-create, and we are co-creating in America. And the world, it's actually really born just on the whole planet. But America does get unique historic credit, and I want to emphasize that because American Pranam is an extraordinary vision and story about America's redemption from becoming the chief place where the military-industrial intelligence complex ran amok, threatening the world with World War III, and being the launching pad for the cabal's worst plans, to being the fulfillment of our republic's original constitution and our original principles, plus new principles of prior unity, egolessness, and being an instrument for world peace. Being a political mechanism for world peace is America's new role. How does that happen? Well, by establishing the Global Cooperative Forum and the Free Union of Renunciate Messengers, formally established them, and by reclaiming the arts and cultural dimension of America that has been undervalued, that has been trodden underfoot by commerce and materialism and war. And those are, in an extreme nutshell, rock and roll, civil rights, Jack Kerouac, and abstract expressionism. Those are four unique contributions invented in America. And they still stand the test of time and of all the massive corruption that's consumed all the other things that we were supposed to think are worthwhile and valid and worthy of pursuing and aspiring to, like be a doctor, be a lawyer. For fuck's sake, don't be an artist, don't be a monk, don't be a spiritual seeker. No, be a doctor, be a lawyer, or be an astronaut. Well, let's look at those three things. Where did those three things get us? If you were to be a doctor, then you would be hustling on behalf of Big Pharma and injecting toxic tainted vaccines into tender little baby and infant and toddler and children's bodies. So you'd be the Nazi doctor, essentially. If I, say, oh, I aspire to be a doctor, you're a Nazi doctor in this country that we're in right now. Oh, be a lawyer. Oh, that's really the most immoral job of all, because it's lawyers that have justified the bankster takeover of our republic. Lawyers are the ones that engineer all these behind-the-scenes shadow government, black budget, illegal arrangements and agreements are all negotiated by lawyers. Lawyers are the backbone of the cabal and its evil, along with the banksters. So no, I'm not going to go into finance, I'm not going to go into law, and I'm not going to go into being a doctor, because they're all massively infected with evil. And astronauts are the worst. They're propping up the illusion that the civilian space program is the total program, when it's just a minority cover for the secret space program, the military space program. Astronauts didn't really go to the moon because radiation wouldn't allow, and they faked it because they couldn't take the risk of astronauts dying in space and us losing face to the Russians. So, for a variety of reasons, moon landings aren't what they seem to be, and therefore astronauts are big fat liars, propping up a system of weaponization of space, which is the ultimate immoral activity, to enslave the human race through terrorization from space by weapons of mass destruction, many yet undisclosed to the general public, beyond nukes. So astronauts, doctors, lawyers, and finance, infected with evil. So those are all the big things in America. They were supposed to make us great. Oh, son, if you're born in America, you should aspire to be a doctor. You should aspire to be a lawyer. You should aspire to be a big fat cat in finance or an astronaut. But those are all the worst, corrupt, and evil things to be. So that's all, slough that away like it's just garbage and trash and evil, toxic sludge. What's left of my America after you scrape away the evil, toxic sludge? Well, it ain't so great being corporations. It ain't so great being doctors and lawyers and astronauts. What's left? The gems of our arts and culture. This is part of American Pranam that Jack Kerouac and rock and roll and the civil rights movements and abstract expressionism are still gleaming and rich and right and redeemable for our future and our culture and our new civilization. So let's embrace those things. Let's take them with us into the new civilization and say all the lessons and legacy of the civil rights movements in all of its forms is right and positive, rich and good. Same with rock and roll. It has its shortcomings and its egoity, especially in the last 15 years. But fundamentally, rock and roll is the best art form and the best thing America's ever done. Because it's even better than abstract expressionism. And it's just a little better than civil rights because guess what? Rock and roll includes the civil rights movement and yet goes beyond it. So rock and roll is really America's greatest achievement, other than Adida and the Global Cooperative Forum. But that's the, what you might say is the avataric side and the political world peace side. So America has a new reason for its exceptionalism, and I'm terming this American Pranam, and that's when America embraces its positive cultural aspects, its positive artistic aspects, its positive political and world peace aspects, and ultimately its positive transcendental and avataric aspects. But one more thing. The thing. One of the things is going to make my country famous and inspirational to this planet and to all extraterrestrial and extra-dimensional species, that America is going to be the greatest example in the history of planet Earth of the voluntary standing down of deadly force through the voluntary orderly rolling back of our military bases all over the world, through the orderly dismantling of our nuclear weapons and secret scalar weapons, plasma bombs, and whatever else we've got, biological weapons, chemical weapons, all of that secret stuff too, orderly dismantling, decommissioning, and disposal, recycling, everything good will be done to those weapons, because America is going to stand down its violent militaries and convert them to peaceful use. And this will represent the greatest standing down of deadly force in the history of planet Earth and will make America famous for nonviolence. And the dream of Martin Luther King was just the beginning. That dream lives on in Adi Da, who is truly the world teacher of world peace and the bringer and deliverer of awakening, enlightenment, realization, happiness, and world peace to every being. Guess where he was born? Queens, New York, America. So, American Pranam is America giving up its violence voluntarily and becoming a beacon, an example of nonviolence, voluntary, selfless sacrifice of deadly superiority, and the successful birthplace of the true representative body of everybody all at once, the Global Cooperative Forum, and the literal physical birthplace of the God-man, the world teacher, the one who was to come, Adida Samraj. That's American Pranam for this July 4th, 2016.